Hello everyone, we are here for focus group. So first of all, let's begin our focus group. So what's your name?
I'm Sarthak.
What's your full name?
Sarthak Tiwari.
Okay. What's your course?
BTech CSE.
Okay. Which year?
Third year.
Third year. So first of all, let me introduce ourselves. We are from Google, and we are here for a focus group. We will ask you random questions from our Google, and you have to tell what you have means. What's your opinion about it? Okay. So our first question is app use. What are the apps what you use for Google in Google application? Whatever you have used till now.
In the Google ecosystem, my most used app would be Google Chrome, obviously. Other than that, I also use Google Mails a lot, Google Maps, uh, and I can also think of uh, Google Photos, Google Drive, obviously, and I guess that is pretty much what I use.
Okay, so which one is the most fascinating that you do use every time? Means whenever you open your phone or whenever you open your laptop, you want to open that app or you want to use that app. Basically, top priority.
I would say Google Mail
Google
because
Mail, Gmail.
yeah, right,
Okay.
Gmail.
So my next question is, what are the your experience with the Google apps? Everyone of whatever you want to say. You want to talk about Gmail, sorry, GPay, Gmail, or you want to talk about Google Maps, anything.
Okay. Uh, I really like the design system of Google because they have actually four selected colors which they use in their ecosystem. So the brand identity of Google and the design system is really good. All of the apps in Google are actually pretty self-defined, and you can just looking at the app, you can just get an idea that it is from the Google ecosystem. You can also so that is one thing I really like about it. The UI of Google applications are pretty minimalistic. If you compare Google GPay with other applications like Paytm and PhonePe, obviously I prefer GPay because of its minimal user interface. You only get whatever you want to use in that application, no extra features, nothing else. So that is one thing I really like about it. Other than that, Google Photos has a good UI. Basically, UI and brand identity would be the best things I like about Google.
I think you have the great experience about Google, especially with UI and UX. Every time we're talking about UI and UX, so that's okay.
Yeah,
Now my
I'm
next question is,
Google.
what application do you use actively? So I think from your last answer, I think GPay. Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
Gmail.
Gmail. Yeah, I
Yes,
do
Gmail.
use Gmail.
Could you describe it about something?
Yeah, I mean Gmail. Okay, so I used to use Outlook basically earlier,
Yes.
and I do use it right now as well. But if you compare it with Gmail, Gmail is basically pretty easy to use. You just go to Gmail, each and every button defines itself. Other than that, you do not have to search for anything. You just have pretty much everything there. Unlike Outlook has a pretty complex architecture. So I mean, yes, that is what I like about it. Your mails automatically get divided into different sections, promotions, social, and everything.
Any basic features of Gmail? Any basic which you means you like that fascinate you about using or anything?
Uh,
Anything.
okay, so Gmail, one of the features which people do not use is Gmail actually has basically extension integration where you can actually embed HTML codes into mails and basically create a mailing campaign, I would say, and you can actually integrate using an extension. Gmail is pretty compatible with a lot of extensions, and for developers this is actually a good feature because you can just create a lot of extensions from a developer point of view and just you can just implement it.
I don't know about focus group, but I will get a lot of information related to developing and UI UX. So coming to next point or next question, how does it helps in time management?
Time management.
Google, basically Google,
Okay.
all the applications.
Okay, so Google has a suite of applications that I also use: Google Calendar, Google Keep, Google Tasks, and yeah, I mean, these three applications I do use them to manage my whole day. Basically, Google Calendar has this special feature that you can integrate a lot of calendars together. So while managing my personal calendars and my basically community calendars and everything, we can just integrate it using basically Google Calendar. And you can also integrate other applications like Google Tasks. You can add tasks to it. You can keep notes using Google Keep. All of this actually, Google actually binds all of this into an ecosystem which is so easy to use. And like all of these apps individually would be pretty difficult to use alone, if you see. But like all of this integrated actually creates an ecosystem which is really easy to use, and that is what I use for time management.
Okay, as you have told something about community, could you describe about the community calendar, what you are talking
Yeah, I
about?
mean, we do have. I am a part of actually a lot of communities. So,
So,
I mean, our different communities. Some are international communities, some are national communities. I do have a community of my own.
oh,
So, so basically, we do have different calendars. So, I mean, there is different. Basically, if people from other countries create a calendar and mark an event according to their schedule, Google automatically turns it to Indian Standard Time and basically automatically merges it in my calendar schedule automatically. You don't have to manually change the time according to them. So that is pretty good.
okay, that's a lot about. So coming about next question. So it's a simple question. In which age did you get to know about YouTube?
Mm,
Especially about YouTube.
I would say around when I was 12 or 14.
Oh, that's pretty young.
Yeah, I would say 14.
Okay, so when sorry, when you started to use YouTube, so what do you want to search on it? What do you see on YouTube? What sort means need on YouTube? Let's say.
So I consume a lot of educational content on YouTube because of work and all. So that is what I, and obviously entertainment videos as well. So I watch vlogs, I watch tech videos, and a lot of education videos. Yeah, that is pretty much what I
Could
use it
you
for now.
please help in comparison between YouTube, Udemy, or Coursera? Anything.
Okay, so I have used all of these, all three platforms, and I believe from an education point of view, Coursera, I would prefer Coursera using, prefer using Coursera any day because Coursera is basically designed for education and it has a lot of features which other platforms don't have. Basically, community feature, if a lot of people are enrolled in a single course, you get to chat with them, you get to interact with them in the Coursera itself, which actually helps a lot. You can clear your doubts there. In Udemy is like a static platform. You just buy a course, you consume it, and you just leave it. You do not have anyone to talk to about that. YouTube is also basically a generic platform, but if you watch it from an educational point of view, YouTube videos are good. YouTube has its own perks because anyone can upload anything on it, and anyone can consume anything. Unlike Udemy and Coursera, you have to go through a high onboarding process in Udemy and Coursera. You cannot upload on Coursera without if you aren't a part of a university. So
So,
Udemy
but
has.
sorry, but my question is that as a college student, you are also I'm also college student, but we have limited money to expend.
Mm.
So Coursera and Udemy are paid,
Mm.
but as well as we don't know then which lecture we are paying for. That's adequate for information that we needed.
Mm.
Or on YouTube we can search about it.
Mm.
That means it's relevant or not
Yes,
relevant.
that's
If it's
right.
relevant, then I will
Mm.
expend my time on it.
Mm.
So, on behalf of money and time, what do you prefer, YouTube, Coursera, or Udemy?
Yeah, obviously YouTube.
YouTube.
Obviously YouTube.
That's the answer I want to know. So, coming to next question. My question is, do you know about Google Calendar? Yes, I know basically people are asking this question. As you told about this, you used to use it. So, now coming to next question. Approx, how many meeting did you attend through Google Meet? And how was your experience? That's
Google Meet. Okay, so a lot of professional meetings are held on Zoom, but Google Meet is like a really friendly platform where you just create a meet. It's a basically go-to platform where you do not have to think about anything because in Zoom there is a high onboarding process. You have to do a lot of settings. You have to I mean a lot of things. But for Google Meet, you just type in Google Meet.new and you get a new you enter a meet. So that is basically a go-to platform. So and because of that, I use it a lot. Basically, around one or two meets do happen around daily or in a couple of days. So I do use Google Meet for that.
what I think that as you told that YouTube, Google is an ecosystem.
Ah.
But says we will come to a Google ecosystem, then through calendar or through what we do, we can upload or we can feed our Google Meets meeting on calendar, and we can expand that information to all our groups. So through that way, it will be helpful. But what I think it's somewhat back from Zoom. Zoom is a means people used to prefer Zoom. They don't come to Google Meet. So what do you think means that in future Google Meet have any?
Yes. Obviously, Google Meet can be improved a lot because I don't think anyone from the enterprise level organizations use Google Meet now because Zoom has a lot of features. Basically, you can customize everything. Zoom is basically a virtual office, a virtual room for you to conduct anything, host anything. Google Meet really lacks a lot of features. A lot of features basically a host should have more controls over the meet. They should be able to control a lot of things, more things in a meet, and yeah, I mean it has a lot of things to improve.
Okay, that's a lot. So coming to the next question. Sorry, we only have 3 questions left.
Yeah, sure.
So now coming to the next question. Do you find Google interface easy or difficult?
Very easy, very easy. Google's interface
Please elaborate.
is very easy. Google's interface is very easy. Uh, they, as I told, they do follow a theme. They do follow specific brand identity. Just by opening the app, you instantly get to realize that this is from Google. They only have minimal buttons, minimal options on the screen, which actually reduces user clutter, which is actually good for the target audience because as we compared Zoom from Google Meet, so Zoom is obviously for more technical people because you also need to know a lot of things for Zoom to operate Zoom. But Google Meet is like really simple. You just go to Google Meet, you see 3 buttons: cut the call, mute. You know, it is good in a way as well. So the UI is pretty simple for Google, all of the Google apps basically.
So basically, anything as I think as you are a CS student, so anything you want to point out on Google, with anything, then that is not means incomplete of from Google. Anything, any comment,
For Google.
any comment, either good, either bad, anything, any appreciation, anything. For UI, for
Okay.
developing.
Okay. Google is good. Google is actually really good. One recent feature noticed with Google is Google used to have a Google Globe.
Yes.
They used to have a Google Globe website. So what they did is they actually integrated Google Globe Studio, which they rolled out for the beta version. What they do is they do have a database for all of the Earth, right? So what they do is they provide basically images to creators, images from Google Globe to creators, images basically drone shots to creators, which actually adds a lot in their videos for creators. So that is one good feature which they have actually used, which they have actually stepped ahead and used because I couldn't have thought of it if it was not from this perspective. It is actually good. You can roll into Earth at any place and you can just record videos inside it. You can go into the globe and record street views, which people would actually find really friendly and useful.
So our next question is, what do you think of Google Ads? Oh, sorry, not Google Ads. So let's answer these questions.
Okay, what do I think about Google Ads? Google Ads, you do need ads to sustain a business. Obviously, I do get that, but Google actually optimizes ads pretty well. If they are showing you ads, they do keep in mind that it is relevant to your searches. I mean, they do use your data, but they use it so efficiently that it is pretty ethical in a way.
They are a good theft thief.
Yeah, right.
Means they are a legal thief.
Yes, I would say that, yes.
So our next and last question is, what do you think of ad by Google, and what would do you like to see in the ads of Google? Basically, not the Google ads, but the ads which are given by Google to promote Google,
Okay.
either on television, either on YouTube, either on any platform, in any form.
To promote Google, basically, in advertisements, I love to prefer. Uh, Google has a lot of technical products, but to bring them to a level where any audience can understand them, is to make them relatable to them.
Mm.
So if they can relate to an ad to a scenario which with a concept they already know, they can actually understand difficult things as well. Like, I mean, common people do not need to know about the complexities these technical things hold. If they can just relate with the use case, what they have, and why they want to use it, it is pretty sufficient, I guess, and that is what should be done. Google actually does this a lot, and which is good. But in some other features where they promote a lot of technical stuff, they do get into technicalities. But if the ads would be more relatable or from ground level or using some analogies that people understand, it would be good, I guess.
So my one question out of the box that's not scripted here. So my one question is, what do you want to see in Google at your perspective? What anything like you whenever you see Google ad, you think yeah, this thing is missing there, or if you get the opportunity to make an ad, what you will like to be a part of it?
Okay. Mm, cannot think of
Anything,
anything in
anything,
specific, but
anything, any emotion, any location, any demographic location, any psychographic location, anything.
yeah, I mean, as I already said that if I can relate to the ad, if there is something that I already know and that is linked to a Google product, it it actually creates a level of bonding or a level of I mean, it makes the ad pretty self-explanatory to me if I can relate to it. That is my point. And if that is implemented, it is pretty good. I guess the job is done then. I would prefer using a product which I can relate to more other than a product which I actually need but I do not relate to. So I mean, if you can understand what I want to say,
I
yeah,
got it.
that is.
So that's all for today. Thank you. He is Mr. Sarthak Tiwari from SOE School of Engineering CS, and he's in third year, and he's our senior bhaiya. So that's all for today. Focus group. One.